Well, if the criteria for success in this budget is getting decent headlines, then George Osborne has done very well. If the criteria for this budget is a long-term plan for growth, for jobs, then I think he's failed that test. There was no evidence in the budget he gave, and he spoke for almost an hour, that he understood the challenges that we face as a country. He's a one-trick pony, and that one trick is reducing the deficit to nil over 4 years. The policies that George Osborne tried to claim were for growth were policies that didn't work in the 80s, using the proceeds of North Sea oil for gimmicks and giveaways, setting up enterprise zones which have a mixed success rate in the 80s. And what he didn't do was address what the OBR have said, which is the forecast they made last year, which are already downgraded on growth for this year at our 1.7% growth. According to the OBR, an independent body, it is less than it was in the 80s and the 90s, and I think that should cause us all huge concern. Well, Ed Balls, the Shadow Chancellor, announced more things in this budget than a Shadow Chancellor has announced 4 years before a general election. He explained what he would do is not have raised VAT on fuel, like George Osborne has done. That's increased the price of fuel by more than 3p a litre. So he takes with one hand and he gives with another with the fuel duty freeze that he's announced. But secondly, we would tax bankers again this year on the bankers' bonus. Conservative estimates, small c, would mean that bringing in £2 billion, and we'd use that to invest in jobs, invest in homes, and that would lead to the stimuli we need to get our country moving again.